It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only mean one thing. It's my favorite time of the week. Time for the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Guys, you know how this works. Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Yes, give us a call on 0839133728. We take on your culinary conundrums. Peter, Ayub, Angie Boyd in the kitchen. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Fantastic. Looking forward to tackling those questions and taking your calls as well. Let's quickly take the first one from Facebook that came from Chanel Peters, who says, my buttercream frosting always comes out grainy. I use caster sugar, margarine, and vanilla essence. Am I beating it too short? Yeah, so spending a little bit too little time on the beating process.
Yeah, the first problem there is caster sugar. Actually need to use icing sugar.
Okay.
So this is caster sugar, which is the sort of grainy one, and the icing sugar is lovely and fine. So it's been blended through the rollers a lot more, much finer. You need to sift your icing sugar, very important.
Okay.
And your butter or marge needs to be nice and soft.
Room temperature.
Room temperature, yes. Not melted, just room temperature. And beat it very, very well. Add your icing sugar slowly, and then you should get a lovely creamy butter icing.
That should be the biggest problem, is using the wrong sugar.
Using the wrong sugar.
Okay, and sifting it also important, even though it's already so fine.
Even though it's so fine, there's little lumps in it, so you
Yeah.
do need to sift it always.
And what do you use to beat it? Do you use
You can
a
do it
whisk
by
or
hand, wooden spoon,
Yes.
or the best is to actually just put it in a machine.
Okay, because then you might get that
Yes.
air into it, making it extra fluffy. Right. Any further advice from you there, Peter?
No, just me personally, I think the sugar is a big problem, and as Angie said, the sifting. That's also-
Okay, fantastic. And then once you have done it right, there you go. Okay, let's go for the next one from Nomonde on Facebook, who says, when baking scones, am I meant to use sugar and salt? My scones always turn out scones. What is scones? Scones. They always turn out terrible. So are you supposed to be using sugar and salt?
Well, a scone dough is actually, it's deceptively simple. So you think it's easy, but it's not. It's quite a difficult thing to make. It needs a pinch of salt. So every dough should just have a pinch of salt. And
when you say a pinch, though, I've got
like,
big fingers, so my pinch is bigger than yours.
That's true. I've got little fingers, so mine would be that. Okay.
So whatever allows you to go into your
Yes.
Salt Bay mode, that is the amount of salt.
So a pinch of salt, and then it's only a tiny bit of sugar. Scone isn't actually sweet because you're going to add your jam or what have you.
That's true, yes.
So it's just a teeny bit of sugar, and you can just use normal white sugar or brown sugar, about 2 tablespoons of sugar.
And what does the salt do to it?
It just helps with the gluten development and flavour, because if you don't add the salt, it actually is
Bland. Okay. Is there a bit of a way that after you've made the dough, just maybe taste a little bit of it?
Not really.
That'll give you
a good pinch will actually do it. And if you use a bit of salted butter, there's not much butter in it either.
Yes.
And another little tip I do is I use yogurt, buttermilk, or cream instead of the milk as the liquid.
Just enriches it, yeah.
It makes it just much, and it lasts a little bit longer as well.
Okay, fantastic.
And then don't overmix, because most people overmix, and that's why their scones don't.
What's going on? We got an interruption.
I've got a question as well, you know.
What? Come, get in here. Okay, watch your head, watch Nemo. Oh, my word. Hi, firstly, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. Ryan is part of the cast of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Okay, what's your question, right?
Well, I've always wanted to know, Chef Angie, how do you make the perfect creme brulee, you know, with like the nice glazing, etc. I've never gotten that right.
All right.
It's a bit of a process.
Really?
It's all in the baking.
All in the baking?
All in the baking. The mixture is easy to make, egg yolks and cream, but don't overbake.
That's my problem.
Overbake.
I always go all the way, so, you know, that's the problem.
I love how everything is just like, has movement, you've got to speak like that.
Everything is fabulous.
And the thing is, when you are baking as well, you need to do it bain-marie style. So you're actually putting it into some water, and it sits in the water, so it doesn't actually get a higher temperature than what it needs.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Ryan. We'll have more of the Culinary Hotline bling, ting, 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 shortly.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're back at it again in the kitchen with the Culinary Hotline bling, ting, ting, ting. I like how Peter goes, ting, ting, ting. Just make sure you get it in. Peter Ayub and Angie Boyd in the kitchen.
As I've got, man.
That's cool, man. Listen, we're taking your calls as well on 0839133728, just as we're about to do with Ainsley. Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning. Is that Peter speaking?
I beg your pardon?
Who am I speaking to?
It's Katlego from the Expresso show. This is the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.
Good morning. Is that Katejo?
Yes, it is indeed. Ainsley.
Okay. I'm ready
what's your
for
question?
you.
What's your question?
Ansley de Kok here.
So you can turn your TV down and listen in on the phone.
And listening on the phone, that's what we're doing.
Okay, excellent. So what is your culinary conundrum?
Well, I'm in Johannesburg at the moment. I'm visiting some people over here, and I had a grandmother by the name of Gladys Horn that used to make pickled eggs, and I can't get a decent recipe.
Oh, wow. Pickled eggs, Angie. Pickled eggs, Peter. What do you say?
Well, my go-to would be take whatever nice and free-range eggs. Let's say you take 6 of them, boil them in, well, you put them into cold water, bring it up to the boil, give it about 5 minutes, take it out, and then you roll them and you crack them.
Okay.
And then you put them into vinegar, a dark vinegar, and you boil them for about another 4 or 5 minutes. Take them out, and it leaves all these beautiful marbling, like the dark vinegar goes into where the peels
The
are,
cracks are,
and it
yeah.
leaves a beautiful marbling effect. And then you just peel them nicely, pop them back into vinegar, and keep them as long as you want.
Oh, my word. I guess that's a way of preserving them, but I
Absolutely.
just wonder about the taste of it all. I don't...
It's beautiful.
Ah,
It's
really?
a very British thing. Good old fish and chip shops sell pickled onions or pickled eggs with it. So it's
Pickled eggs, fish, and chips. Klink lekker, yeah.
it's like us with pickled fish and hot cross buns. I mean, come on. That's,
Yeah, okay, definitely do that. Ainsley, thank you very much for the question. Enjoy the visit with the friends in Johannesburg.
Oh, wonderful. I just want to say one thing.
Yes.
We have an idea that you can actually lay these eggs into beetroot, the juice of beetroot.
Yes.
And it makes the egg into a beautiful red color on the outside.
Yeah.
And when you cut it in half, you've got the color of red, white, and yellow.
Oh, fancy, fancy. Ainsley, thank you so much for that. All right, let's quickly go on to our next question that came from, is it Kimshine Sisha on Facebook, who said, morning, fabulous cooks. How does one make pizza in a pan or on the stove? So not in the oven, on a pan, on the stove.
Okay, so if you don't have an oven, then you have to use your stove. So there is a way. It's obviously not as perfect as if you had to do it in the oven.
Yes.
But, you know, it's a nice little second measure. So you've got your pizza dough. And it's really, pizza dough is basically just a basic bread dough.
That's
Roll
about to
it-
be a massive pizza, though, I can see that.
Yeah, it is actually going
Or
to be
either
a
very
massive
thick
pizza.
base,
Let's just do it in
or-
half. We don't want it
yeah,
too
no,
thick.
it is. I mean, it
Yeah.
is a
And
pretty
then
much a thick base.
You're going to roll it really, really thinly.
Always
which is
ensure
gonna-
that there's enough flour on your roller so it
it's
doesn't,
gonna
your
take
rolling
a
pin so
while.
it doesn't stick. There we go. There we go. And you gotta work it in there. Get the technique.
You actually, you need to use flour, but not too much, otherwise it slides around.
Do you go all fancy after you've rolled your dough, like start flipping it in the air?
No,
like
I'm not Italian, I'm afraid.
All right, so you'll roll out
Okay,
your.
as thinly as you can, and we're just going to try and do it quickly
Okay.
now.
I'm going to put some olive oil in the pot,
Alrighty.
pan, whatever you want to call it.
Because we're doing it in a pan.
Okay.
Right, there you go.
All right, cool.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to let it cook on a low heat, probably
So
about
low heat, very important.
Yeah, I was
50% of the
gonna
power. So we're sitting on 6 here.
Because essentially with the thin
And-
base, you don't want it to burn.
Yeah. Put the lid on for now, and then we're just going to keep checking it.
Okay.
And we'll keep going back to that as we go on.
And at what point then do you add the toppings?
Once the bottom is nice and cooked, flip it over, put the toppings on, then we put the lid on, and it becomes like a pizza oven. So it
Okay.
actually melts the cheese, cooks the tops.
Okay, fantastic. So you'll
Okay, we
show us
will
how
come
to
back
do
to
that
that,
very
yeah.
shortly. Okay, I'm not sure if we have another caller on the line. Let's check in. Do we? Yes, no, maybe. We don't. But do give us a call on 083-913-3728. We'll continue with the Culinary Hotline bling, ting, ting, ting in a short while.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only mean one thing. Bang, bang, bang. 083-913-3728 is the number you need to dial to be part of the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Peter, you missed the cue. You missed the cue.
I was concentrating on the pizza. Come on, give me a break.
Give us a call and we'll take on your culinary conundrums with Peter Ayab and Angie Boyd in the kitchen. We were making pizza in a pan.
I'm going to flip
Please,
it now. Have
please
a look.
flip it. Show us the other side. Oh,
That's pretty cool.
beautiful golden
So
brown.
while that's there, I'm now going to start topping it.
All right, you do that. And we actually have a pizza question from Roshni, who's on the line. Good morning, Roshni.
Good morning to you, Lego. How are you?
Oh, very well, thank you. What do you think of our beautiful pan-made pizza?
Yes, it's awesome.
Looking
oh gosh,
good,
it's
looking
really awesome.
I heard that you've got a question regarding pizza.
Yes, Lego. I'd like to know, can I make pizza with brown flour?
With brown flour?
Yes.
Yes, you
Great
Yes, of
course
question.
you
How's
can.
about that?
Yes, of course you can. Make it with any flour. So, same process. Again, you may need a little extra water because the brown flour often needs more water to be added
Yes.
to it. But certainly,
Right.
then you've got a lovely texture in your pizza.
Yeah. Does brown flour cook quicker than white flour? Because I'm assuming
No.
because it's brown, it's already gone. No. I was just thinking that it's already gone a bit further down the process. Okay, that was not a logical question. All right, thank you very, very much for that question. We really do appreciate it. Wow, I can't wait to dig into that pizza. It's looking incredible, and I like the thin base of it as well. Then a question that we got here from Tanya Benjamin on Facebook. She said, does overcooking rice do something to it?
Yeah,
When you-
absolutely. You know, everyone is scared of rice. And the easiest way to cook it is you take your rice granules, I put it into ice cold water. I shock
Ice cold
it.
water.
Ice cold water.
Okay.
And I shock the rice granules. Then what I do is I take stock on the side or water, okay, because I like to cook my rice in stock because it actually then takes on the flavors of that
Yes,
stock.
yes.
What I do is, once my water, the rice granules are in the ice cold water, I strain it, I put it into a pot, and I actually fry it with butter and olive oil.
In its dry state.
In its
like
dry
that.
state. So you fry it, and you get those kernels nice and like
Nutty.
rich and nutty, and then you start adding your stock. And all you need to do is make sure that it's 1 finger above the amount of rice.
Okay.
So basically, if your pot was up to there, 1 finger above your rice.
That's how much stock needs to be.
What I do, put my lid on, and I switch it off. Okay. I then take it off the heat after about 10 minutes. I lift it. I put a dishcloth, and then the lid back on. And what the dishcloth does is actually soaks up all the extra moisture, so that your rice becomes fluffy and it's got that beautiful oil and butter flavors. But it won't overcook because all it's doing is steaming.
Oh, my
Okay,
word.
but that dishcloth under there, it's something I learned in Turkey, and it's like one of the best things with rice.
And then on top there, you're like with that saucy lemon knuckling on top.
Can someone zoom into
Can
that?
we
Just
get
have a
the
look.
shot of that? Let me come around here. Just to get. Oh my word! Look at that. Wow. So you don't
Pizza in a
need
pan.
an oven to make pizza at home. You can do it right there in a pan. Okay, we've got a couple of other questions we need to answer, which we will do shortly. And in the meantime, we'll also keep our lines open. 083-9133-728. The Culinary Hotline bling.
Ding, ding, ding.
We'll continue.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, man, they got it right outside there. 083-9133-728 is the number that you need to call to be part of the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. All right. That pizza's looking absolutely delicious. Thank you very much, guys. Can't wait to
Can I
dig
plate
into
it
it.
up quickly?
Oh, please do, please do. Oh, yeah, we did have a special little place to put it on. Look at that. And does it then come out? Oh, look at that. Amazing. Whew. Okay, beautiful stuff. Pizza in a pan. Let's take a question that came through on Facebook from Zana Lentuli, who said, "Morning, foodies. I tried my hand at pasta making, and the dough came out very tough. What went wrong? Keep in mind that I do not have a pasta machine."
Right, so usually if a dough is tough, it's because there's too little liquid in it. So pasta dough consists really of a strong flour, in other words, lots of protein, and egg.
How do you
And that's
distinguish
it.
between a strong flour and a weak one?
You buy it. It
Oh,
must be called
does
bread.
it say extra strength?
Extra strength strong flour. No, so cake flour would be your middle range flour.
Yes.
And then you want to use a white bread flour or a 00 flour, which you can get at specialty
Very
shops.
strong.
Very strong. And then eggs, so it's basically flour and eggs. And a little bit of olive oil if you want, a little bit of salt. And then you've got to knead it. That's important. And you end up with a sort of a softish dough like this, if you've kneaded it well. And then, very importantly, you've got to let it rest.
In the fridge?
So, yes. Wrap it in cling film, let it rest in the fridge, and then it just sort of relaxes down so that it's easier to roll. You can see the texture there.
But if you're not having the use of a pasta machine, then you must add a little bit more liquid to it so that your pasta dough is a little bit softer. And
Okay.
you can actually roll it a little bit.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And then?
And then you're going to roll it. So you would roll it by hand. You would take exactly like you would do with a bread or any other dough, and then you're just going to roll it. It does take a little bit longer, though,
Yes.
because it's like you've got to try and get it as thin as you can. So the thinner, the better. But it's definitely possible. So you don't have to have a machine. I mean, we teach our students without the machine, so that
Oh,
they
okay,
first,
yes.
first up, then they need to know how to do
Got
it
to
by hand.
appreciate the craft.
While,
first.
while Angie's showing us the steps,
Yeah.
I'm going to make the finished product.
Okay,
So we
you
can
go
have
right
a-
ahead, yes.
Okay, so we've rolled it out thinly. I'm going to take half, and then I'll just show you how we make something like a tagliatelle. So you just roll it up.
Tagliatelle, you see.
Roll it up like a little Swiss roll,
Yes.
and then got your knife, and then we're just going to cut strips.
So your knife needs to be very well floured.
Floured and sharp, preferably, as well.
Okay, I saw olive oil going into the pan there with the... Is this what we're making?
That's the ravioli, yeah?
Ravioli.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got something inside it, eh?
It's got a filling of whatever you like, so butternut. Okay, so these are little strands.
Lovely
So you
stuff.
it's a bit more time-consuming, but there you go. You've got your...
And I put a squeeze of lemon juice as well, just to give it some burst of flavour.
Oh, okay. And then you just let it fry off for how long?
Just until it's got a nice colour on the edge. So it's not just you want texture to the pasta. So it'll
Yes.
just give it that edge.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's going to be going on for a little bit before it gets ready. And then last question from Mishka Dairies asked, okay, well, unfortunately, we are out of time and we have got to let it go right then and there. Thank you so much, guys.
Cool.
We'll, of course,
Thank
do this
you.
again next week when we continue the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. Peter, you're going to get fines next time, I promise you. Stay tuned.
I'm
There's still
going
a lot
to learn
coming.
to dance next.